He's Nick, I'm Matt, and we're Insufficient. Good morning.
Good morning, Matthew.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. You're listening to Insufficient episode 222. Not to be confused with 555. On a band we like to call Fish.
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 And we are going to be reviewing the white tape.
I wouldn't say we're reviewing. We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
Because the review would be all thumbs down.
That's
Jesus Christ.
completely untrue.
No, it's very true. I bet. Let's say that I go out and I buy a lottery ticket and I win $100 billion, right?
$100 billion.
$100 billion. And I say, hey, Fish, the band, I'm going to donate. I would go as, if I had $100 billion, I would go as high as like 5 million. I'm going to donate 5 million to Water Wheel. And you guys are going to come on Insufficient and we're going to do a listen party to the white tape. I think they all say no.
I think maybe Fishman says no.
They all say no.
I don't know.
It is so cringe. It is so cringe.
It's not cringe. I love it. It gives me such a good vibe about where the band is going.
In 2025, it gives you a vibe of where the band is going.
Yep.
Wrong.
They're gonna circle back around right back to this tape. You're gonna digress back to this tape. Don't be so harsh.
That would be horrible.
These are the seeds of beauty.
Look, had I heard this tape in 91, 2, or 3, I'd have been excited. Hearing the tape for the first time in 2025, it's like, ugh.
No.
And also, why is it the white tape? You trying to be the Beatles?
Yes.
Paul won.
Paul McCartney wins the Beatles.
He did. And they just won a Grammy, which is expected.
Oh, for Now and Then?
I Miss You.
It's such a sad song.
Dude, it's totally sad.
I don't... And they won it because it's the Beatles.
Correct. Kind of like when Elvis got a number one song on the secret track of his number one album. Was the song good? No. Did you know it was going to make number one? Yes.
Someone was saying, I forget who it was, they're like, what happened to the Grammys? There are no people that actually play instruments with any skill up on the Grammys. It's whoever has the fattest ass wins the Grammys. Beyonce won the Grammys.
Well, no. Kendrick Lamar has no ass. He won like 5 Grammys. Dude, imagine writing a diss track to somebody who is like the most popular rapper in history and then winning 5 Grammys for calling him a pedophile.
Yeah, who wrote the diss track?
It was Kendrick Lamar to Drake. Basically called him a pedophile and then won 5 Grammys for the album. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Or for the song. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
And also, he was wearing a Canadian tuxedo.
Drake sucks.
I hate Drake. I've always hated Drake.
Yep.
Why are you so depressed? Like, that's the opposite of rap. Rap music is like, everything's great. I'm fucking amazing. And he's like, oh, man.
Well, it is now. It used to be, fuck the police. My life situation is shit.
Well,
we can't get out of this.
But they were still great.
They were awesome.
NWA
they were way better then.
But I mean, they're like, yo, the police suck, but like, you know, I'm awesome. Yeah. I personally am amazing.
I'm the best.
Yeah.
And I will fuck you up. That's what I love about it.
It's kind of like Trey. Trey has a lot of gangster rap vibe.
Dude, you couldn't put up
in him
the most opposite person of gangster rap. Like literally
same personality type though.
In the dictionary, if you look like, what's the opposite to gangster rap? It's Trey's face. And he's like,
first of all,
he's like milk.
Hits you with the Korean pop. Whoop. Which one listens to more Sabrina Carpenter?
Trey.
Fishman, I feel like
Fishman does because of his kids too.
Listen to that espresso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me espresso.
My daughter loves that song.
Who doesn't like that song?
I love that song.
Have you seen her on the Dunkin' Donuts commercial? The shaking that ass?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's like it's called the S, shaking that S, but it sounds like ass. She's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm shaking that ass."
I love it.
All right, man. Let's start this bad boy off with one of my favorites.
Okay.
Alumni Blues.
Are we going to go into letters to Jimmy Page next?
No, we do not actually.
Really? Oh. When did they start doing that?
Letters to Jimmy Page is the last song on this album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Pumpkin.
Hey, Chemlin.
I'm a dad.
Yep.
No paternity test needed for that kid.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Spitting image.
Yeah. Someone just woke up, apparently. I have this theory with my daughter. I don't know if you have it with yours, but I call it the Dada battery. And like, so inside of her, she has this battery. And it can only be charged by being in close proximity to the dad. And so when it gets too low, all of a sudden I'll be sitting there writing an email or whatever, and she'll come over and just glob on.
Yeah.
And like doesn't let go for an extended period of time. And then all of a sudden that bing, battery charged.
She's up and going.
Away. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I like that. The Dada battery.
Call it the Dada battery.
When the kids would come to me at that age, I'd be like, blah, 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 blah. So I really did have a Dada battery.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
All right.
Alumni Blues. Fine.
And So to Bed.
Yeah. Have they ever played this song again?
Yes, I think they have. But let me see. Performances 10/15/2021. One time. That's a bust out.
But they did play it. So shout out to the bust out.
That's a bust out. Now we head on to Yem. And this Yem is very different than what anybody...
I did not enjoy myself.
It's all a cappella.
Yeah.
It's all a cappella. That's why they keep the a cappella at the end, because that's what the original was.
It's like a nod.
Yes, it's a nod to the original.
So Yem originally was just going to be an a cappella jam?
I don't know if it... Because Trey did write that melody on the guitar, so I'm not sure if it was an all... But it was for this, it was. They were trying to be artistic. Good on them. They sound like the Chipmunks doing it. AC/DC bag.
Finally, something I can get behind.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good.
Give me Tane.
I thought you were
Tane is something I can get behind.
Some taint.
Tane.
Okay. This was cool. I didn't know that Fuck Your Face was on here.
Yes.
Shout out.
I know.
It's a Mike guy. So even on the white tape, you get your token Mike song.
Token Mike. And it's a great song.
It's one of their best.
It highlights Trey's. Remember, you got to think about it. Trey is not playing on a Languedoc at this time at all.
Which is weird. I don't
Not
maybe
at all.
That's why I don't like it. It doesn't have that signature sound.
You would be surprised on the guitars that he used in the recording studio were not always the Languedoc. Just an FYI.
I'm going to need you to cite source on this one.
I can send you a video of them doing Billy Breathes and him playing not on a fucking... It's like a jazz stang or something.
Really?
Yep. And then of course Divided Sky.
Did I tell you that I saw a Stradivarius over the weekend?
Did you?
I did.
And?
That's cool.
That was neat.
It's interesting. I don't think they'll ever figure out how come it sounds the way that it sounds. And I like that. It's kind of like a musical mystery.
Well, so the Divided Sky is all acoustic.
Oh, yeah, okay. We're talking about this again. Yeah.
And they've got some bells in there.
Yep.
And then they do the Divided Sky chant, and then it's over.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's a short one.
And they do have some wood blocks going on in it, which is pretty cool.
When it says released in 86.
Yeah.
What happened? Was Fishman just running a double deck and play record on the other one?
Well, so it was
they had like 50 of these.
So it was actually this was originally two collections of Phish material used as a demo / sample tape for clubs. I don't know what kind of club is going to be playing these songs. Sometimes labeled Phish or just demo, etc. It was known for years by fans as the White Album. Though throughout 1996, there was a movement to call it the White Tape. Partly because it had always been a tape, never an album, and partly to avoid increasing confusion with 10/31/94 during which Phish covered the Beatles. Officially unnamed album is in its entirely. So I don't know. It's weird, man. It's
so
a weird
this was
one.
Phish's demo tape. So they want to go play the Paradise, and they're like, "Hey, manager guy, pop this on."
This is weird. Yeah. Hey, me. And then they come up with this. Like, I mean, who at any of the clubs is like, yeah.
Dude, it's the 80s. It was weird. For 80, like, that's something that I think people don't take into consideration enough. The fact that Phish was doing this in the 80s when everybody else was synthesizer, glam, glory, fame, like, you had some really amazing music coming out there, and this is kind of the countercultural sound that Phish held on to and then turned it into a sound for 30, 40 years.
All right, so this Slave to the Traffic Light is probably my favorite.
Dude.
It is so cool. Like, they're being really geeky and strange and making weird noises in the background. I love this version.
I miss the fact that they don't make weird noises in the background. I don't like the way that they're making their albums these days, to be honest with you.
Well, they're not.
They're just playing, and they're getting a version that they all like the way they sound, and then they release it. And
that's right.
That's called a concert. For an album,
which is always what they wanted to do. They wanted to provide what their concert sounded like on record.
Yeah.
And the vibe.
Well, okay, so I think they accomplished that on Joy, which is one of the reasons why I like that album so much, is it does give you a really good feel, particularly Numberline, just FYI. But I miss kind of that constructed song that like Mike used to put together. Like, Mike put a lot of work into all of his music. By the way, I saw a great clip of Scott online. I don't know if I sent it to you. Dude, that guy is another guy with his signature sound, and I would love it if he came up on stage.
Who Scott?
Scott Murkowski.
Oh, the guitarist?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing his last name.
For Leftover Salmon?
For Mike's band?
I know, but what group was he in before that?
Max Creek.
Leftover Salmon.
Dude, it's truly the funniest thing. I knew nothing about Mike's band, and I told this story on here many times. I'm at a Mike show, and I'm like, this guy, he reminds me a lot of this guy from Max Creek. And there's a reason.
I would love for Jimmy Herring to join Phish on stage.
Yeah.
He's the guitarist for Widespread Panic.
Oh, yeah.
Beard. He did
shaved that shit.
He did Jazz is Dead. The guy is a stellar fucking musician and has not lost his touch at all. He still can shred like nobody's business, and he's as old as Trey.
Older.
I mean, he might just look older than Trey.
Yeah,
He's always kind of
Trey's looking good.
He's looking fit. He's looking svelte. Slave to the Traffic, like Aftermath.
Yeah, what's up with that?
What do you mean?
What do you mean Aftermath?
It's another sort of
yeah. It's weird.
I kind of like it. It's acoustic.
You think Trey's going to play it on his acoustic show?
I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
Have they ever played it live?
Hold on. I'd be surprised, but they did.
0 debuts.
No, 5/7/1999. Trey Anastasio Band.
I see on Aftermath, Phish debut all zeros.
This is, as I said, Trey Anastasio Band. And then also,
what it's interesting. I've never seen this before. First of all, don't listen to Ingest, which is coming up next. But it says
This shit's weird.
current gap 2,157. So according to Fishnet, Fish has played 2157 shows. That's impressive.
They're still behind the dead. However, you cannot count the dead because they still count like further and all of that shit. Yeah, you can't.
No.
If it's not the dead playing, then you can't count it. Ingest, I think, is sort of a. I think we're looking at
what
where
promoter heard that song and was like, we need this band now.
No, I think it's like where they are getting to where they are now, actually.
That's fucking hysterical.
And then, of course, NO2.
NO2, 95 debut.
This is pretty cool.
I was not at the Cleveland show. Oh, I was at the... No, I wasn't. I was not at the Cleveland show.
Not at the Cleveland show?
Sorry. My bad.
It's all right. You get a pass.
That's depressing.
NO2. They played it a bunch of times. It's been a while.
Song, though?
No, it is not.
It's just a bunch
fringe.
of noise.
No, it's a fringe.
It's a fringy.
They've played it 10 times. Last time they played it was 10-21. 10-28-21.
Yeah.
Then before that was they played it twice in 15. Once in 10. Once in 9. Then before that 99, 94, 94, 94. A lot of 94.
Good job.
Good job, Fish. Playing this weird
Fluff's Travels.
Interesting.
We talked about during the New Year's run. I thought they were going to play it because they've technically only played it like twice.
It's a completely different song.
It is. It is not related to Fluff.
They've only played it once, and that's at the Wetlands in 1989.
Well, they played it twice, but there's only one time on Fishnet, but there's 2 tapes that have Fluff's Travels on it.
Interesting. I'd like them to play this again.
What do you think about Doglog?
Like this version of Doglog?
Well, just in general. What do you think about Doglog?
It's okay. I like it. I like it the way they play on this record, though.
Yes.
All right. This is weird. He ent to the bog. This is totally a Mike song.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. It has to be. Yeah, Gordon and McBride.
Yo, what's up, McBride? Danny McBride, which is crazy.
Yeah, he was there.
Yep.
Some guys once asked me what kind of emotion his words were to. Of course, it's a hamburger, one single large puffy bun with dots on it. Science asked me what the word was. I said, of course the word is no. Those are the lyrics.
Yeah, it's a weird song, man. That's my problem with this, like, white tape. Fish was... This is why I never listened to it until we did this show.
And the Run Like an Antelope is...
Stop Run Like an Antelope. I don't know what song that is.
It is. It's the beginnings of Run Like an Antelope.
It's more like Walk Like a Platypus.
You better walk like a platypus.
By the way, I know you don't like it when I do the bullshit, buddy, but I'm doing the bullshit. Platypuses were around before ducks. So It shouldn't be a duck-billed platypus. It should be a platypus-billed duck. Yeah.
I think they have venom in their feet, don't they?
What do you mean?
They are able to, like, there's something in their feet or somewhere that has some sort of venom.
Ew.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I know.
All right. Minkin.
Da-na-na-na-na. Dude, I love this song. They need to fucking whip this shit out. I love it.
How have they never one time ever played Minkin?
Never once.
Dude, you guys played in front of a Minkin.
How could
Mike is playing in front of a
Minkin now? Why don't they just stop the show at one point? Mike looks down at it and says, da-na-na-na-na, and everybody goes, Minkin, and that's all you got to do.
You know what? Do a fish, like, did you just say the fish language?
Minkin. Yeah. Bring it back, guys.
Give me a Minkin.
Give me a fucking Minkin. I want a Minkin, and not the painting.
I want a Minkin painting, actually.
Do you?
I do.
You might be able to get those.
I don't know if you can. I don't know how much art she really does. I don't know a lot about this lady. I just think that it's cool that she's Mike's mom. And it doesn't surprise me that Mike's mom is like a cool kind of conceptual artist.
Yeah. From Sudbury.
From Sudbury. Down the road.
Right down the road.
Dude, I used to go to Sudbury Farms in hoping to see a Minkin. Or a Gordon.
Yeah. I don't know if they're still there.
They're not. They got bought out by White Hen and then by 7-Eleven.
Sudbury Farms. You remember White Hen Pantry?
Yeah, I do. Dude, that chicken salad sandwich was all right.
Was it?
Yeah, yeah.
You get the shits?
No.
I used to get the malted milk balls.
You need to see a doctor. I don't know if you get enough fiber, but everything gives you the shits.
Well, yeah. And ending with letters to Jimmy Page.
That song does not give me the shits.
No, the song fucking slaps, bro. It fucking slaps. The white tape.
He's Matt, I'm Nick. This was Insufficient.
We finally reviewed it.
I can't believe it.
I love your Def Leppard shirt.
Dude. Okay, fun fact. Def Leppard and Fish are the same age.
I know you mentioned this like 2 podcasts ago.
I don't think I mentioned it on the podcast. I was just talking to you on the phone.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's the problem. We got to stop talking on the phone. We waste too much good material that could be on the podcast.
Shit.
Yeah. But, dude, it's so crazy if you think about the trajectory and the timelines of Def Leppard and Fish. I think there's like a 3-year age gap, but that's basically the same age.
Yeah.
Def Leppard started playing when they were like, pre-20. Fish, I think, started playing post-20. So,
Yep.
They definitely have different timelines on careers. But, dude, Def Leppard is the craziest shit ever. These guys were, like, buying castles and stuff. They thought they were going to ride it high. And then they obliterated to nothing for the longest time. And now they're back. Dude, I can't wait. I'm more excited to see Fish, but Def Leppard is a close second.
My wife likes Def Leppard.
Dude, you guys can be at the show?
Nope. You won't see me there at a Def fucking Leppard show.
I'm gonna see you.
Wanna be Led Zeppelin. That's what they did. They wanted to be Led Zeppelin.
Nobody wants to be Led Zeppelin.
Everybody wants to be Led
Especially
Zeppelin.
If your drummer has one arm.
So bad that Fish wrote on their first album letters to Jimmy Page.
Oh, Fish wanted to be Led Zeppelin.
Anybody wants to be Led Zeppelin.
What about Greta Van Fleet?
Fucking tools.